Hello there everyone, welcome back to BrokeNbricks, and today I'm gonna start making kind of like a weird Lego city type of build. And this is something that I've been thinking about for a while, since I started getting more Lego sets that are based on buildings and structures. So what this is kind of going to be is basically just me mashing all of these sets together. And I really want to kind of include a little bit of everything, so we're going to have sets from City, Marvel, Star Wars, Ninjago, Minecraft, basically everything that I'm interested in. And because I'm quite short on space, I was planning on making this quite a vertical sort of build. Kind of like the Ninjago City sets, where they have a bunch of layers to them. So that way I can include a bunch more stuff without increasing the actual area of the city. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm pretty much just going to make this up as I go along, but what I'm starting with here is a 32 by 32 base plate, and this is something that basically everyone does, where they have a layer of bricks and then they have the Technic holes in the side so it can connect to other modules. But I'm also making sure to have these Technic holes on the front, so if I ever want to add any modules for any roads so that I can include any vehicles into the city as well, then I'm leaving that option to have some 16 by 32 base plates out the front of the model. So what I need to do first is to have a complete layer of plates on top of these bricks, and it only really matters what it looks like from the front and the back, so I will be making sure that I cover those in grey, but then the whole middle section, it can be whatever colour. So I'm just going to use whatever pieces I have. If it's all multicoloured in the middle, then that will be absolutely fine. Okay, so I've finished up the base, and now we have a nice strong foundation, and I've added in these light grey tiles. And those are to match the pavement markings for the modular building sets, and I don't expect to get a modular building set anytime soon at least. But if I ever do, it would be nice if those can just seamlessly fit in with my Lego city. So in terms of starting to place some buildings, I'm thinking that my Lego store set will fit in perfectly on the right side of the module. So unfortunately I'm going to have to remove these plates underneath so that it will sit at the correct height. Okay, so the Lego store is now in place and it's properly built onto the base plate, and the only issue is that the back of it was way too short. It needs to be coming up to where this brick wall is over here, just so that it lines up with the back of the modular buildings and that there isn't loads of space at the back, because I don't really plan on, we're not going to make it look ugly from the back. But this space is, for the most part going to go unseen. So I want to use as much of the base plate for buildings as possible. I do want to stick with the 2 floors for the Lego store, so I'm going to have to extend the bottom floor, and then once I've done that, I will have to make most of the second floor, because the one that you get in the set, it only covers half of what you actually get. I don't want to do that thing that a lot of Lego sets do, where the minifigures are seemingly supposed to just teleport between floors. I do want to make sure that wherever I can, I have, elevators and staircases. Next to the Lego store, I think I have decided that I want to have the Fortnite Durburger restaurant. The only problem is though that this border around the roof sticks out too much. So as you can see, it does not fit properly, so what I'm going to have to do is modify the roof just to get rid of the border from around the sides, so that is only on the front section. So this is the completed Durburger roof, and as you can see, I made it nice and flat on the sides. And I noticed that once this was in place, it was 1 plate shorter than the height of the Lego store. So I added in an extra plate of height to the roof, and that will come in useful for expanding the roof in the future. And this is what the two buildings look like next to each other, and I'm quite happy with the result. So what I need to start thinking about next is adding on the next layer. Originally, I was just planning on having something directly over the Durburger restaurant like this, but then I thought about it, and I don't really want to cover up the roof of it too much. So what I'm going to go for instead is something like this, where I will have a platform going over the top of the Lego store, but it will be behind this orange section of the Durburger restaurant roof. But I'm not going to have to worry about that for some time, because I do need to completely fill in the rest of these two buildings before I get that started. Unfortunately, I do not have the pieces to do that right now, so that is where I'm going to have to leave it for this video. If anyone has any suggestions for buildings that I can include, please let me know in the comments, and any suggestions for what I can name the city as well would be very welcome. That is it from me for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Good, Anakin, good. Subscribe. Subscribe now. I should.
Do it.